Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation, and today we're going to try the 100-second clears against Corvus+voting. But before we get into that, I want to take a look at this here new poll event that we got going on. So evidently we have a 5th anniversary celebration character poll event. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I thought I'd cover this. Round 1, vote for 2 characters you believe are in need of an update. There's a lot more than 2 that need an update. Once round 1 is completed, round 2 will proceed with the top 4 characters. The character that has the most votes will be updated. And then we have Odin, Mordo, Ancient One, Dormammu, Shuri. I don't know why in the hell Shuri's in here. She's actually a very good character just the way she is. Nothing OP, but she's a damn solid character. Supergiant, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, Wiccan, Hulkling, Thor, Jane Foster version. Loki. Loki's actually a pretty decent character, although I do think he needs a little bit more, but at this point in the game, especially compared to most of these other characters, he's much better. Moon Knight and Ghost Rider. Now, obviously, most people are going to be going for Odin and Dormammu, and that's exactly who I'm going to go for. The thing about this, though, is I think it's good. I'm happy that it's coming, blah, blah. I'm happy we're getting a rework for a character that needs it. That's good. The problem I have with it is it takes months before we get it. Months. And then they'll probably throw in a uniform on top of that, which is completely fine, but I'm a pretty impatient person. So when I see something that I know is going to take months to get, Hyperion's rework took months, Vision's rework took months, like 8 months. So I'm not even thinking this is really, it's good, but in a way I just don't care because it's going to be months before we get it, although I am happy to see it's in here, So, for me, it's definitely going to be Odin and Dormammu. Those are the 2 most powerful characters out of all these characters, and they absolutely deserve it. Now, some people, they might not be happy about it because those guys are going to require lots of CCF if they get a tier 3. They require lots of BAM if you're ranking up a uniform, blah, blah, blah. But both of them have been in the game for literally years. They are both supposed to be OP, shake the universe type of power. And they are jack in this damn game. So I think many people and I are in the same boat where we just want to see these characters get a little love. So we're going to hit the old vote. You are welcome. Complete. Now let's get into the video. So here is one team that we're going to use against Corvus. And here, and here is another team. There are actually a lot of different combinations that you could use to do this. You could use, I tried Winter Soldier with Nick Fury's leadership and Weapon Hexes as another playable character. Didn't work. Corvus just iframes way too much. You're not going to have any freaking mind control. So Corvus is just jumping all over the damn place, causes your skills to be canceled. You're missing all the time. So Winter Soldier is actually good for a clear. But doing the 100-second clear, you need more reliable characters to do this. And honestly, Luna is number 1. Luna is number 1 because of that damn charm she has. That charm is amazing. Also, characters that can use White Fox are going to have a big benefit. I tried Spidey 2099 because he has the leadership tag. He also has all defense down on his 3rd skill. So I tried doing Spidey 2099 with White Fox's leadership, and I tried Weapon Hex as the other playable character, and it just, the same problem kept happening over and over and over. Corvus has 2 phases. You cannot bypass that 2nd phase. It's not like what we did with Call and Proxima where you can actually bypass the 2nd phase. You can't do it. Against Corvus, you can't do it. Even back in the day when we were doing all the crazy all defense downs with Sharon Rogers and Weapon Hex and all that crazy crap, the Trinity couldn't do it. You always had to play both phases, and because of that, you just run out of time. So you really can't go very high when you're trying to do this. Now, obviously, I've showed all of you this before with the Trinity. We're going to be using Nimrod especially for this because Deadpool, you can use Deadpool just like I've shown you before in previous videos, but you're going to have to be wasting a lot of time rotating through his skills to get his tier 3 off cooldown. Obviously, if you have Holiday Deadpool, that's who you should be using for the fast clears. Pretty much for all the stages except for Thanos. She's going to be number one because she's going to get 100% all defense down at all times with Voodoo or White Fox's leadership. And we're also going to be using Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic is actually damn strong against this. The thing about Mr. Fantastic versus Luna is a couple things. Luna is a speed type. She has no disadvantage against Corvus. Corvus decreases damage received from all the types except for speed by 50%. And Luna has that charm. You need to crowd control Corvus to keep him locked down so you can get that all defense down applied and lay the smack down on him. Mr. Fantastic doesn't have that. But the thing about him is when he does his tier 3, his targeting is actually really good. So if you get your all defense down on Corvus, you can actually do the whole one-shot thing. It's just you're going to have to do it twice. You're going to do it in the first phase, and you're going to have to do it in the second phase. It's extremely difficult. Corvus, so far, between Cole and Proxima and him, is the most difficult. Easily. And it's not only because of that, it's also because of the strikers you have to use. You have to use ignore, dodge strikers. You have to. Even though, for example, we take a look at Mr. Fantastic here. Mr. Fantastic has a CTP of energy, so he's getting 24% ignore dodge. You look at his details, he's getting 27% ignore dodge here, but then when you look at his tier 3, he gets 80% ignore dodge. So he's going to have 100% ignore dodge when he does his tier 3, right? So that's no big deal. However, here's the problem. Nimrod doesn't. Nimrod doesn't have any ignore dodge. 3%. He doesn't have it. So you still need ignore dodge strikers to make sure that Corvus does not dodge Nimrod when he is applying his all defense down. So you still need those ignore dodge strikers to make sure your all defense down playable character is applying. And so it really makes it a freaking nightmare to do. With Luna, it's not so bad. You can even do this with Luna without using your tier 3, which is pretty insane. But the thing is, when you go in here, go into World Boss, go against Corvus, we're going to be doing stage 59. That's all the higher I can go because I just kept running out of time. Because of the whole running around, you can see that the recommended Valor is 3501 and my current is 3335. So my Valor is pretty close. The resist is 378. My current is 9. So the resist isn't going to matter because we're going to be using all defense down as playable characters. But the Valor does matter. I mean, this is all the higher I can go. I tried 69. And again, I tried so many different combinations. You just couldn't get it done in 100 seconds because you have to keep rotating through your skills. Like, for example, with Winter Soldier, you got to keep rotating through skills to get his tier 3 off cooldown. You need the tier 3 for him to be applicable. And even with Spidey 299, who doesn't have a tier 3, it didn't seem like he was stacking up the all defense down fast enough to do enough damage. I mean, I was having a lot of problems. Unfortunately, Luna and Mr. Fantastic are awesome. Sharon Rogers can do it, but Sharon Rogers goes into an iframe on her tier 3, and guess what? Corvus iframes, and boom, cancels your tier 3, and you're screwed. It is unreliable to use certain characters, unfortunately. But when you're using this team right here, you're good to go. You could put Deadpool in there again instead of Nimrod, but you're going to have to get Deadpool's tier 3 off cooldown. And you're going to have to do that a couple times throughout the entire fight. The same with Luna. That takes time. That's time you're taking away from trying to do your 100-second clear. And believe me, I tried. It can be done, but it's pretty damn difficult. Kind of sucks. So let's get into the action and let's rock and roll. So as I said earlier, we're going to need 4 ignore dodge strikers to make sure Nimrod's all defense down does apply. And this is a real caveat to facing this prick. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch to Mr. Fantastic. We're going to just run through his skills. Just get all through these. And really having White Fox is really going to help because of that charm. And that's another thing. So we're going to switch to White Fox. We're going to wait till Mr. Fantastic's tag cooldown goes down a little bit. because White Fox's charm only lasts for 5 seconds. We're going to use her charm right now. Immediately when her charm applies, switch to Nimrod, uses 4, slam down, hit your 3, let the all defense down apply, then switch to Mr. Fantastic and just hit his tier 3. You could hit the 4, then the tier 3. That would be fine to get the attack buff from the 4, but you don't need to do that. You see the strikers, we got Nadia, Daisy, Mockingbird, and Black Widow for our ignored dodge. And we do have Rachel just for, I mean, we're only going to get a second of mind control at a time, but it does help a little bit, but I don't think it's really helping that much, to be perfectly honest with all of you. And you just got to pour it on, man. You got to pour it on. Whoa, run around, run around. Here we go. All right, now. We're going to try to go ahead and apply that charm right now to keep Corvus from going into frickin' flash mode. We don't want him doing that because he's going to start running around super fast and could apply bleed to us and frickin' kill us. And there, he just caused us to cancel our 5th skill, which really sucks. We did just get our immunity up from our 4. We're going to run around. Our immunity's up, so we're safe. Now it's off. Now we're not safe. We're going to use our 4 again. I always start with the 4 with White Fox, and then I do her 5th skill. There's the charm. Switch to Nimrod. Apply the 4th skill. Boom. Hit the 3rd skill. Wait for the all defense down apply. Switch to Mr. Fantastic. Tier 3. And boom. In 97 seconds. And this is what I mean. When I tried to go higher, I just kept running out of time, you know, because you have to go against 2 different phases, and it really sucks, man. It's a real pain in the rear. So let's move on to Luna. Now for Luna, all I did was switch out Rachel for Thanos to get an extra 12% damage out to supervillains, because we are running with a CTP of Rage on Luna. And by the way, I didn't go through the builds because I go through the builds all the time on these characters, and really I'm just trying to show you how to do it. That's really what matters. There we go. We're going to switch to Luna. Hit her 4, get that charm, and then go through our skills. And by the way, no tier 3. If you notice, I'm not using the tier 3 at all. Yeah. Luna's pretty dang devastating. She is very, very strong, and I thought it would be better just to show that she could do it without even having a tier 3, because there's a lot of players out there that don't have a tier 3 Luna. But even if I did use the tier 3, this is all the higher I can go, doing it in 100 seconds. I tried stage 69, couldn't do it, just kept running out of time. And that's because of all the iframing, that's because of the 2-phase bullcrap. You can't bypass the 2nd phase. It pretty much sucks. Okay, we're not going to use the tier 3. Alright, there we go. Okay, so Pecker's going in his phase mode. Whoa, switch. That bleed was going to kill Luna. We still got plenty of time. As long as we get this done before 3 minutes and 20 seconds, we're good to go. Get that 4. Now hit the charm. Hopefully we can get him charmed. Boom, got him. Switch to Nimrod. Boom. Get the all defense down. Then we're going to switch to Luna. Hit her 4th skill. Get that charm. And then we can start running through our skills. Boom. Not bad. She can do it in 100 seconds. You know, and like I said, you know, I used the tier 3. With or without the tier 3, the outcome was pretty much about the same, which is pretty surprising. Yes, she'll do it faster with the tier 3. She would do a 1-shot in the 2nd phase, but you can get it done without it. So I was hoping I could bring you something a little bit better than this, but unfortunately, this was all the better I could do. I will be doing some more tests and hopefully trying to come up with something better in the future. So if any of you have any other ideas of what you think we could try, let me know in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.